James Helder, IFL TV, in association with Mac the Knife Global. With me, I've got none other than Money Powell the Fourth.
Oh yeah.
I've got to say, that's a big name. Is that your real name?
Yes, sir. That's my real name. You know, I'm the fourth. My dad's the third, and obviously his dad the second, and his dad the first.
Yeah, I worked that bit out.
Yeah.
out. That's a big name, though.
Yeah.
Your parents certainly had a plan when they gave you that name.
Almost definitely.
Definitely. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Money.
Well, I'm one of the new people signed with Ringstar Promotions.
Okay.
More than happy. I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to work with Richard Schaefer and the Ringstar team. I feel they're the best promotion to be with right now. If you're not with Ringstar, you're missing out. I'm telling you.
How did this link up with Richard Schaefer and Ringstar come about? Who facilitated this? How did they find you?
Yeah, you know, I was number one in the country in 2016 under USA Boxing in the 17, 18-year-old division, 152 pounds. I was number one, and then I was number one in the country too in 2014, 145 pounds. But really, since I was number one in the country last year, got the opportunity to go fight in the World Championships overseas in Russia, where they bring the best of the best from every country, so we could see who's number one in the world. I did well over there. My problem with fighting over there, I actually grew. Because the national tournament was in January in the USA, and then they had the World Championships in November. So I grew between that time frame, and it was hard for me to make 152 pounds. I trained at the Olympic Training Center, and I had to do a lot of stuff to cut that weight because I walk around like 165, 66, and it's one thing making the weight once and going right back up, right? But when you have to make it and hold it the World Championships was like 10 or 12 days. It was something like that. So I was really struggling to make the weight. First day I won against Romania, and the second day I lost against Venezuela. I could have beat every one of those guys over there easy, but it was just my body, man. I couldn't make that weight. Plus the fact I ate some bad food that was 7 months expired, so that just made it worse. But besides all that, Richard had seen tapes of me, highlights of me fighting and stuff, and he really liked what he saw. So he got word from a guy named Mirko Wolf. Mirko Wolf's a good friend of ours, and he really helped link me up with Richard after the World Championships. Richard saw me, and he really liked it, and the rest of the Ringstar team really liked what they saw in me, so here today.
Do you think you're making the right decision when effectively you could have stayed and looked at Tokyo 2020, which may have gave you a big springboard to go into the paid ranks? This way you're going to have to build your name the hard way,
I know what you mean.
Bottom. Do you think this is the right choice for you?
Oh, most definitely. A lot of amateurs are starting to, a lot of us are starting to see all the cuts and stuff they're getting from taking the headgears off. And the way I see it, I'm like, man, if I'm going to take the headgear off and fight and risk getting cut, I might as well get paid for doing it. And you could stick around and be an Olympian, right? But you could be an Olympian. But that doesn't mean you're going to get the type of springboard that you really want, because you can make the Olympic team, but if the promoters don't like your style, or if a manager really don't like your style, you're about to ground zero either way. So with me being with Richard and the Ringstar, I know I may not have been an Olympian, but this is just as good as I can get it, because I know they're going to definitely guide me in the right position.
Who would you compare your style to? What current pros do you like to watch? And who do you think your style's similar to?
My style, it's kind of hard to say my style is like someone else, because everybody has their own style. Yeah, but more, I can say I learn from individuals. Like Lomachenko, his footwork, it's amazing. I can learn how to switch angles, me being tall and long. A lot of taller guys, they don't use a lot of angles. A lot of shorter guys, they use stuff like that. Andre Ward, boxing IQ is through the roof. I learned a lot of different tricks from him, especially using the jab. You can shoot the jab so many different ways. A lot of people don't understand that. My all-time favorite fighter is Roy Jones. You can't really copy Roy Jones because there's only one Roy Jones. But hey, every once in a while, I try to get sporty in the ring and give the fans something a little different from just the basic fighting, try to make it a little entertaining here and there.
Would you have liked to see Roy Jones go out of the sport on a high at the pinnacle of his career, rather than sort of plying his trade later on in the stages he's at now?
Roy Jones is hands down my favorite fighter of all time, and I kind of wish he would have, but I got so much love for Roy. He could fight a million more fights, And whatever the outcome is, that's still going to be my favorite fight of all time, man. I'm just a hardcore Roy Jones fan. Matter of fact, we know him personally. We go to his gym and get top-notch sparring because he has guys that come from all over to come down and work with different guys. So, man, I got so much love for Roy. It don't really affect me.
What British guys are you aware of? Who do you like out of the British sort of scene?
Chris Eubanks. Yeah, I like Chris Eubanks because he's got some serious tenacity in when he fights, man. He's not just fighting, you know, to win. That guy's fighting to break you. He wants to break you when he fights you. I mean, that's the mentality you got to have when you go in there and fight. You don't want to just fight to win. That's what my coach tells me. My coach, he always tells me, Money, when you get in the ring, I don't want you to just win. He said, I want you to win with style. I want you to, you know, like leave that impression in people's mind, like, I got to see that guy again. And when you go out there and you're not just, you know, out-pointing people or making them miss, when you're going out there and let's say you're making them miss and you really making them pay, busting guys up, knocking them out, stuff like that, then people are going to be like, man, I want to see that guy again. So that's why I really like Eubanks, because it's tenacity. Yeah, I really like that.
I don't know if you're aware, Eubanks fights on a pay-per-view card, his own pay-per-view card next weekend in the UK.
I did not know that.
Interested? Will you watch that?
Oh, most definitely. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm a Eubanks fan, too. I really like this style.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and another interesting fact about me, my coach is a paraplegic. A lot of people don't know my coach is the only professional paraplegic coach. He's helped me out from day one all the way to now. He's in a wheelchair.
Incredible.
Yeah, it really is, because a lot of guys, you know, they see my coach, they be like, guy in a wheelchair.
What's your coach's name?
Jason Jones. Fort Mitchell, Alabama is where we train at. But we really claim Georgia is a home like Columbus, because that's where we do everything at.
That's where the gym is?
It's in Fort Mitchell, but everything we do is in Georgia, like
okay.
sparring and stuff like that. But my coach is paraplegic, and trust me, do not let that fool you, because my coach is it's like Master Yoda, Star Wars. You know, he has knowledge.
So will you have someone else to do sort of his pad work then?
He does the pad work for me.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, he's the main one that's really helped me like step my game up. If I would have never ran into my coach and the team I have back at home, none of this would have been possible. Now, a couple other things, you have like some guys, like my friend Ray, I call him like my brother. He helps me get in the ring. He's not as experienced as my coach as the mitts, but he's coming along here like do the movement in the ring.
Of course.
Yeah, so I can mimic somebody fighting. But other than that, my coach he's technically sound, man. He's taught me so many things. That's why when a lot of times I get a little salty when I see people like look down on my coach. I'm like, man, do not judge a book by its cover. Never do that, because there's a lot more to somebody than you may expect. So you can't never just go out there and say that. Yeah.
100%. Tell us about your pro debut. You're set for your debut when?
March 14th in Los Angeles, California. Me and a couple other guys that Ringstar just signed is going to be making our pro debuts, and it's going to be exciting. So definitely, if you're in the LA area, definitely got to come out and check it out, because you don't want to miss it.
Richard Schaefer's linked up with David Hay for Haymaker Ringstar Promotions in the UK.
Yeah.
He's already said he's willing to send over some of the young American talent to test the market.
Yeah.
Does that include you? Would you have an interest to come over and showcase your talent in the UK?
Most definitely. I'm trying to, you know, I don't want to just be a good boxer. I want to be the greatest boxer of all time one day. Yeah. And I'm working hard, and I want to be able to not only have a good fan base here back in America, but build a fan base worldwide. And if he's doing that, if Richard gives me an opportunity to go over there and showcase myself, then that's what I'll do, and I make sure I prepare myself so I can give the fans over there what they really want to see.
What weight will you be starting out at in the professional ranks?
Super welterweight, 154 pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Okay. Big things to come for you then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, just if it wasn't, but more importantly, if it wasn't for God, my family, like my dad, my mom, you know, just the main people around me, none of this would be possible. And, you know, when I fight, I don't want to just be remembered as a great boxer. I'm not in it just for the money. I want to be able to, you know, be a good role model for people, because it's a lot more to me than just boxing. Whether a lot of people realize this or not, when you see the fighters in the ring, that's just one aspect of their life. There's a lot more to them than just boxing. So I want to, you know, just be a positive figure. People can come up to me and talk to me. You don't have to be about boxing. Just talk to me about anything. I'm an open-minded individual. So that's my main goal.
Well, Money Powell the Fourth, you've got new fans in IFL TV. We'll be following your journey from here on.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate you giving me some of your time and speaking so honestly, sir.
No problem.
I'll catch you
Thank
soon.
you, sir.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.